What's up, guys? Welcome to a new game, Citizen Sleeper. I'm just trying a bunch of new games and we're gonna see what people like to watch. If you like watching any of the games, make sure you just hit a like or downvote. At least the number of ups and downs that I get will tell me how many people are interested in what. This is like, I'm not sure, kind of like a cyberpunk space capitalism kind of game, I guess. I don't know. We're about to find out. See what's going on here. It looked interesting, so apparently we choose a character class. An operator works with drones, high precision remote machines to perform complex tasks from a distance. Assigned to operator work are usually cerebral, precise people. Engineer interfaces use strength or strength of will. Approach problems with awareness, approach problems head on. Chance to gain cryo on interface action. Extractor. Work on resource extraction, often in hard vacuum environments. Sleepers assigned to extractor work are often confident, self-sufficient, and have a high level of endurance. They get a strength. They get -1 intuition. We got the machinist. Repairs and modifies automated systems, industrial resource extraction. Machinists work usually diligent, careful, structured. They work with machines and physical tools. Approach a problem head on. They're not great at. Let's try the machinist. Give that a shot. Why not? First thing you become aware on waking is disconnect. Play between thinking and feeling, between wanting to act and acting. Minor, almost imperceptible, but always present. It's at its worst when waking, when yourself has spent many dark hours recalling what it felt like to be real, to be a person, to be in the body that was indisputably yours. Think of that body. Leap into a cold lake on a hot day, the sting of blood swelling from flesh wound, the friction of a fingertip. All of a sudden, memories are closer than you thought. But as you approach it, you can't tell one from the other. The cold slips in, behind and all around you, and the sensations fade out of reach. Perhaps you should be thankful for the dulled nature of this new body, given your current circumstances. The walls of the container feel immediately present, cold, hard at your back and face, cramping your limbs. You resist the desire to stretch, knowing that the claustrophobia comes next, and retreat a little from your central nervous system. It isn't painful, not like you used to know pain, at least. In emergency mode, pain is a message delivered with efficiency and ease, a reminder that harm is imminent. There is no inconsistent throb, no trembling nerves, just a warning delivered with the manual quality of a digital notification. Right now, there are thousands of them. Remember the plan. You mostly remember that it wasn't a good plan. Oh, good. But then your options were limited. And once you got the itch to get out by any means possible, it was either that plan or something much worse. It was at least simple. Collapse the shaft, drive away in the gas, slip into cargo processing, seal yourself into containers, then just hope the freighter left were missed. Some were lost in the shaft, others never found the meeting point, but only a few made it to the containers. But the freighter, as far as you know, left. That feels like enough to know that you might no longer be on that grim, heartless rock, even if, in the airless hold of the freighter, you might freeze solid for long before you reach any destination. Wait for the cold. Let's try to rest. But you are restless. Sad face. It has been a long time since you left, surely weeks, maybe months. You are dully aware of damage to your legs, your right arm. You have been reserving energy as much as possible, but your body still needs to shut down many of its systems to protect you. You have spent much of that time asleep, knowing that anything else would be impossible to endure. You feel the weight of that impossibility begin to gather. It is time to sleep again, to nudge this false body into inducing delta waves into your emulated mind, and once again recoil into a dream of when you were once a person. Rest, time passes, the pull creeps in further. You feel something. Warmth. Not true warmth, but the indication of its presence. Your joints release from their rigor. Sound too, everywhere, screeching and shimmering so loud that your body ducks your hearing to protect its sensors. Then light, wide as the cold, softer and softer until a haze of dirty yellow figure appears. You are out. Really? Alright. It's been a few hours since Dragos pulled you from the container. You sit huddled in a corner of his scrapyard, swaddled in the reflective folds of a mylar blanket. You are slowly coming back to consciousness, back to life. You stare at the ornately curving elements of an improvised heater. You are surrounded by angular, incoherent lumps of ships, some corroded beyond recognition, others still carrying glassy wounds along their edges where a plasma arc sliced them apart. As you trace their shapes with the fogged eyes, you hear a voice. So, sleeper, you all thawed yet? Almost. Never seen one of you come in like this. New frames must have better perseverance than Sub-Zero vac. Seen more than a few of you frozen solid. The hull plates are inside outer locks in my time. They weren't so lucky. Dragos comes into focus, shrouded in makeshift tech, his headset with its glinting eyes, the mark of a drone operator. On his shoulder, one of the symbolically drone perches, its irising eye locking you with an unflinching stare. Last living sleeper that came through this yard was a while ago. They didn't last long. You struggle to read his expression beneath the tech, but he seems lost in a memory for a moment, or perhaps he was just figuring out what to do with you. What happened to them? He ignores your question. This game is just... Oh my god, the responses are hilarious. They're like, rest. They're like, you can't rest. You're restless. Ask a question. He ignores your question. Well, shit. I won't ask what led you to do it. Sell yourself into a corporation. I suppose you know you can't go back. Your old body, that's theirs now. And you are just software. A rogue emulation, illegal possessing corporate property. Oh, so I'm just an emulated, like, cyborg? You're not along. You remember biometrically signing the forms, the cold floor on your feet as you padded in the sleeper cell. You promise the promise of a life off-world. But as you do, you get the now familiar sensation that these aren't your memories. These are things you know, but not things you feel. You are no longer that person. You are an offshoot, a copy. What you won't know is what's ahead. At least the last one didn't. There's no easy way to put it. That body of yours is falling apart. It's the same for any sleeper who makes it out. S and ARP wants to protect their property, but if they can't keep a hold of you, well, then no one can. You remember that too, or at least the rumors of it from other sleepers. Planned obsolescence, a built-in dependence on the regularly administered supplements that were part of your routine. Stop taking them. Your body begins to shut down, severed from your emulated mind. How long has it been? How long have you had? But for now, sleeper, you're one of the lucky ones. Dragos glances up, way towards the glassy dome of the yard. The eye is the best place you could be right now. The eye. The station. You'll see soon enough. Dragos impatiently shifts his weight. Look, I've got some things to get on with. His trails off. There's an old freight container I've been using as storage out in the stacks. We haven't been pulling much valuable scrap these days, so you're welcome. But something wells up inside you. Emotion, fatigue. You shakily get to your feet. Nod. Alright, you head up there. You look like you need a rest, and with Dragos with that, Dragos stalks back to his racks. His drone's already converging on the rusting hull. Plasma flashes silhouetting his spindly fingers as he turns toward. Okay. Welcome to Erlen's Eye. Life in the Eye runs in cycles, during which you can talk to characters, explore areas of the station, perform actions. At the end of each cycle, you head to your current home to rest. Resting time forward on the station. Head to the empty container location to rest, and then the cycle now. Select locations with your icons. Okay. Well, there is only one. I think. Data. Items. Cairo. Cryptocurrency. Stored in air-walled sticks of memory known as chits. Alright. I guess we'll end the cycle. Maybe we'll get more icons in the morning. So a lengthy intro. You wake up curled in the corner of a container and begin slowly assembling the world around you. So it so far appears like it's going to be a text-based RPG of sorts, kind of like what's it called, Neo Scavenger, maybe. I'm hoping it'd be cool as Neo Scavenger. After all this time, you still find this body, but when you wake up and now strange and disjointed, its message is readable but somehow wrong. You sit up, pulling the mylar blanket close against the cold. Here you are in this ruined station, millions of miles from anyone you know. Are you still in the system? Did any of the others make it out? It's impossible to know after all this. What matters? You gotta build a life, bruh. Maybe you did get lucky finding yourself here. Maybe here on the edge of everything is a life for you to build. But before you can build anything, you'll need to learn to survive. If you can do that, you can make a life for yourself. Rodriguez left a few comforts in the container, the Milo blanket, the bedroll you slept on, a canister of water, a makeshift electrical stove, and some faded sachets of some desiccated powder. Okay. You thumb the power stud of the thumb of the stove and begin to boil the water. God, I can't talk. The contents of the sachets smell like damp wood, and you sprinkle them into the liquid. As the pungent smell washes over you, images from your restless sleep come back to you, a ring like a station with skeletal ghostly web of threads pulling at your skin. A constellation of bright polygon shapes, like angular suns burning into your mind. I hope the volume is okay, because like the ambient volume is really loud for me anyways, and like there was no options to like adjust audio on this, so hopefully it's not too loud and you guys can hear me. There's something unpleasantly viscous by cereal about these images. This cereal. It's long after you finish drinking before they begin to fade. You tidy away the stove as best you can and try to gather enough energy to greet the day. Okay. Tutorial. Alright, condition, action dice, and energy. So, number 1 is my condition. Your condition represents the current state of your artificial body. It depletes by 1 segment each cycle, but can also be damaged by violence, injury, or lack of food. Your condition bar empties, you will suffer a breakdown. You'll have to figure out how to recover your condition. And now that you no longer have access to corporate pharmaceuticals, they were keeping you alive. Action dice. So, at the start of each cycle, you roll your action dice. These dice can be used to perform actions on the station. The number of dice rolled is based on your current condition. The worse your condition, the fewer dice you have. Got you. Once you've used your dice, you cannot take any further actions and must rest to recover them, ending the current cycle. Gotcha. Energy. You also need to eat to survive. This representing your energy bar. You can refill your energy bar by eating, but first you have to find some more to get food. Your energy depletes by 2 segments each cycle. Damn, 2 each cycle, huh? If it becomes empty, you'll be starving. When starving, energy loss becomes condition loss, and your condition will also deplete at a double rate per cycle. Dang. Okay. Alright, so let's leave. Drago's is standing in the corridor when you close up the container. He's still wearing his headset, and in the harsh light of the corridor you realize it is implanted. A drone sits on his shoulder. Its cachet of sensory eyes rapidly irising. How are you feeling? Not good. The drone chirps. Drago nods. You notice that beneath the operator's rig, the skin is marked by burns and blotches. I know the container isn't much, but it'll keep you safe, he pauses, so I'm not going to chit-chat to you too long. Well enough to work? Work? Look, I'll be honest with you, Sleeper. I didn't pull you out of the container out of the goodness of my heart. Okay. At the yard, it's simple stuff. We hack these old hulls down, sell them off to shipyards at the bright market dealers for Cairo. I don't know if it's cryo or Cairo. I guess it's cryo. Cairo would be Y for... Okay. Yeah. Cryo. Occasionally we pull out some tech, something with a bit more value, but most of it comes in its scrap. It's hard to find good hands here, but I figure as a sleeper you'll be used to the manual labor, and obviously I'll slip you a few chits of commission based on what you turn up. Got it. He shuffles his feet nervously. Look, I wouldn't usually do this. In my opinion, you'd be best suited moving on as quick as you can, and sleepers, well, he trails off. But things being the way that they are for me at the yard, he pauses. I need the help. Happy to. Okay, he pauses, thinking of something else to add. Look, just come down to the yard when you're feeling fresher. This way do. Will do. He nods distracted and walks away. See you later, he calls me. Okay. So I it's time to get to work. Alright, let's go to his yard. Alright, actions are the primary way you interact with the world of Citizen Sleeper. To perform an action, click and drag your chosen action dice to the slot. Okay. Alright, action dice. Hold the section even. The rusty assault can hide valuable components and materials. Extracting them means cutting carefully and skillfully. So this is risky and this is safe. I'm an engineer +1. I was a machinist. So actions reward you with clock progress, energy, condition, or items depending on their outcome. There are 3 types of outcomes. Positive, the action goes better than expected. Neutral, the action succeeds. Negative, the action fails. Alright, action dice affect those outcomes as follows. So you have a chance. Gotcha. Okay. Tutorial 2. Actions display information about their type, risk level, and skill level modifiers that apply to the action. 1 is the type, repeatable. 2 is the risk, safe, risky, or danger. Safe, no loss of condition, energy, or cryo. Negative means Cairo or energy loss. Danger means outcome means condition loss. Gotcha. Neutral outcome can mean cryo or energy loss. Skill. The skill that the action requires either engineer, interface, endure, intuit, or engage. Modifier. Proves its value. Some actions require a +1 to perform. Got you. Okay. So here's deck call. Triggers this item something ugly. If you misses a payment or 2, things can get nasty. Lock cycle. Back in business. Every salvager knows they're always just one lucky haul away from their next payday. Okay. So I have... I mean, I got a +1 here. 50 positive, 50 neutral. I mean, I'm gonna do that. Tutorial clocks. Actions often progress clocks. Clocks are displayed below the action that fills them, and they track your actions and how they affect the world. Filling a clock means something, good or bad, about to happen. Some clocks, such as the one tracking Grey Ghost Dead, are cycle clocks. These clocks tick themselves once each cycle and can complete without player input. Any active cycle clocks will be displayed on the icon for that action. Okay. I guess we'll go again. Drives and navigation. You will unlock drives as you discover more about yourself in the world. Drives guide you in pursuing specific objectives depending on which path you choose to take. You can track drives, and any tracked drives will place a yellow marker on locations that will help you pursue your goal. Access your drive menu via the arrow button on the top left of the screen. Top left. Okay. Tutorial drives and navigate. You are now free to explore Aaron's Eye and make a life for yourself here. Try tracking a drive to help you survive. Look for food to keep your energy up and a way to recover condition. Fill clocks to progress stories and find new opportunities. Remember to end cycle your home when you're out of dice. Use the mouse wheel WS to scroll along the station. Rotate the view with A and D. Good luck. Okay. Back in business. Alright, survive. We want to find a doctor. Alright, I did some stuff for him. Let's go here. Hellion Crossing. Merchants willing to run the gauntlet of the Hellion system are rare, but those that do always eventually turn. Cycle block. Okay, so this is the station. Take several cycles to reach the starboard belt and return, loaded with the scrap of the old wrecks. Okay. Bustling open market, passage into the low end. Let's check out the market. Courage to approach them, danger, explore the market. I think for now we're just gonna. This is safe, so. Five cryo. Five cryo. Alright. I'm out of dice, so we go home, we end the cycle. This time, you don't wake up. Instead, the ghost of the station. That shifting skeletal ring surrounds you. For a moment, you are gone, absent from your own body, stretched out across the colorless void, and the connection begins to establish itself, threads tugging at the edge of your mind. These threads become vectors of exchange, and the extensions as you feel your thoughts slipping way down them, dissolving into millions of distributed nodes they connect to. You see the station, though you feel the station, like a web of texture in a smooth black liquid. Touch it. You find a point at the station, you connect to it, pulse through it, follow loops and paths around it. You touch more points than you have fingers, and then you try, in a moment of impulsiveness, to connect them. The flow passes through you so rapidly, splitting and separating, edging and gathering. As you do, things occur to you, things that you can't possibly know. You reach out, try to grasp them, try to touch them too. You notice a tugging feeling pulling at you insistently, as if it were a small child. Somehow it is pulling you in two directions at once. You look down. All of a sudden everything shuts down. You come back to trembling in this unfamiliar body, both yours and not yours. All at once you find yourself standing in the container, eyes now open to the dark steel walls. You feel a change within you, a shift. You close your eyes for a second, and you feel it waiting there. The station splayed across your mind, the storm of connective nodes waiting to be explored, and then it's gone. I'm starving. I've only got 3 dice. We gotta find food. I do have money. There's nothing I can do with this. These two, they're ticking, but they're not helping. There's a toll of entry. No one gets in without paying. Shysta. Bustling open market. I mean, I gotta try. I need food. Oh, minus energy. Not awesome. Shysta. This is not going well. What is this? Might be in. A newcomer. Grabbing a load of materials and ask the nearest yard hand where to take them. I am an engineer, but I have crap dice. Lose energy. Random scrap item. Scrap components. A deck called in. Cryo. I mean, I don't understand this at all. Well, let's go starve in our pod. I don't know what else to do. Sparks and glitters light like stars. Bunch of like it's clearer, crisper than before. The threads still pull, but you remain in place, flickering in the flow. Between the threads, you see bright shapes. Caches of shimmering light beneath the transparent crystal forms. You follow the path and thread across the ring. The forms, they leap off into the void. You begin to understand. These are nodes and connections, a map of information, of communication. There are so many layers, so many loops that it seems impossible to parse, but you begin to try. Focus on the nodes. The nodes are glassy, bright, but all in this flow only solid and fixed points. You approach one, a pyramid, or a triangle. Dimensions are difficult here, and lean close to it. Inside, shifting layers conceal a tangle of threads, a meeting point of exchange. But before you can glimpse any further, the glass clouds and hardens, cutting you off. The threads and nodes, passages and puzzle boxes, one leads to another. There's so much here, so many answers, so many questions. All you need is follow the paths and open the boxes. You look out across the ghost landscape of exchange and see an opportunity. But then you insist, but then that insistent tugging in, pulling at you. You look down again and see two lines, two threads, pulling in different directions as if they were tied to you. The first thread leads out, away from the station, into the inky black. Someone out there is tracking you, hunting you, following the thread to you. They are in a ship, and the ship is approaching ever closer with each cycle. The second thread leads it in, pulling deep into the station. Your gaze follows it. This time you see something, a sphere shimmering above a strange, angular body. A pulse shoots out from it, passing over you like a torch beam, testing you, tasting you. You open your eyes. Time is short. Yeah, because I'm dying. Alright, tutorial, the cloud. Something has changed inside you. You can now access the data cloud of the eye, a network of decaying protocols and data caches. While there, you can use dice and items to access systems and extract data. But be careful, these networks are old and strange. Click the I button at the top of the screen to toggle this view on and off. Okay. Here's my character. I have no upgrade points. To it. Oh, I have one upgrade point. Allows energy recovery at home. Sunbathe. Dice action allows energy recovery at home. I have an upgrade point, but it won't let me choose. Do I have to pick here? To scrap component at home to repair condition. That would be really nice, actually. Oh, it takes... Why wouldn't it let me pick anything? Oh, I have 0 upgrade points. This takes 1 to upgrade. This takes 2 to upgrade. Gotcha. 3 for the +2. Okay, I was misreading that. Ladies and gentlemen, things are not good. Things are going very poorly. So where's this eye? I want to live. Find a doctor. There's 2 places I can go to find a doctor. Neither one are helping me. What about this? Security has to have plans. Stealing would be the fastest way to get to know this place and the most dangerous. Explore the rotunda. The rotunda of the old docks is filled with passages leading to all kinds of docking bays to it. So okay. Data actions. Data action allow you to extract data from the networks of the eye. They work like dice actions, but in order to unlock them, you just match your dice to one of them displayed in the right action. Okay. If you have a +1 or 2 modifier in the interface skill, you'll be given more possible dice to match any dice that matches the dice displayed. Bypass. Plus Haven data. I guess I'm gonna go to Drago's yard and use my thing to try to get more money. 10 cryo. Okay. We'll end the cycle. I'm gonna try to get into that other section and see, God, if there's anything. Hunted. Someone out there is tracking you. Okay. Sleeper, wait up. Turn. Feng is coming down the corridor toward you, a wonky grin on his broad face. Hey, glad I caught you. Do I know you? He grins. You do now. Puts a hand on your arm. I've seen you hanging around. Just want to chat? You staying in that thing? He nods back to the container, shaking his head. Rough. It can be hard to get a start on the eye. Yeah, no kidding. He looks down the passage. What was it old Erland said? The eye opens for us all. Nice idea, but well, not always very practical. He glances back at you. We do our best, but it isn't easy. You pass together in the main walkway. Havenage. We are all one dysfunctional family. Feng puts an arm around you. I'm not part of the security branch, though. Don't worry. I'm with systems. Systems? Everything the eye runs on. He runs a hand along the passage wall. This place is a ruin, but systems keeps it spinning somehow. At least we try to. He stops at you in the quiet he stops you in the quiet passage. You look, that's not what I'm here to discuss. I saw you around. Well, I know a little about you sleepers. I have a little proposition for you. Glance around, but this is not the place for it. I have an office just across the way. Give me a cycle or two to prepare. Then, when you are settled, stop by. He lowers his voice and gives you a dark look. In truth, I need you. What they say is true about you sleepers. Well, work to be done. Pat you on the back. His voice bright and dark look suddenly gone. Stay clean, sleeper. He walks off down the passage, raising a hand in farewell. Okay. God, I need like one more cycle about this. I need a doctor. Like, so bad. I lose energy. God dang it. Let's go through the gate. Tangled network of service patches making tunnels spoke as if it were a hive. There are no maps here. Scale the smoke. Blister with precarious elevators and stairs. The smoke can be navigated from the outside, but the climb requires bravery. And I have garbage. What else is there? Paid for passage. Founder's Ferries, 150. Oh, son of a gun. You know what? No. There's no positive outcome. Engineer +1. Ouch. I guess the only thing left to do is I'm gonna die. Like, this is not going awesome. Still have no upgrade points. Sleeper, Fink catches your attention as you approach Havage building, leaning against the bay door to the side of the entrance. You approach. Easier to come in this way, security, all that. Gives you a look, you know. He slams a button, the bay creaks open. Blinking lights in the dark behind it. You follow Feng inside. Truth be told, I don't spend much time upstairs. This is where I work. The door hisses and goes behind you. The bay is filled with pieces of hardware, all rigged up to the generation diagnostic slates. And things you don't recognize that glow with blue screen light. There is a chorus of hums that blend into a single wave of static, filling the dark corners of the room. Feng leans on the server stack and gestures around you. You like it? What is all this? He taps a nearby server stack, which believes in response. This is my treasure trove, all dredged up in the sea of systems we call the Eye. I believe what this place runs on. He steps over to a towering block, speckled with vents. Some of these systems are from the original station, AE-1, the one Solheim built. We had to invent new components, repair things we never built, reverse engineer entire subsystems into existence. Residents here look up at the Eye and think that they are seeing a constant, concrete reality, but this place is a system in constant flux, decaying and growing, collapsing into new configurations. He walks down between the hardware stacks and you follow. We're keeping this place alive, but also remaking it into something new, dragging it away from those corporate origins. He stops. At least that's what I'm trying to do. He turns back to face you among the flickering machines, humming all around you. I know you can see this too, Sleeper. All these system sections. You can, can't you? I can see it. It makes sense, right? You are between here and there, between the people and their systems. You light this place up like a beacon, that's what I need. You glance up at the lights around you. As you do, they seem to flicker, to realign, to follow your gaze. Feng notices it too. I'm guessing being a beacon isn't always ideal when you're on the run, though. They are tracking me. He pats you on the shoulder. Maybe I can help with that. There's a lot of old growth in this place. Subsystems I can't see, access protocols, lost to time and decay, secrets, a shitload of secrets. With your help, I can unlock this place, break off those last ghost limbs of corporate control. He lowers his voice below the hum. Even in Havenage, there's an old growth. Those whose roots trace back to those back days. You help me dredge up the past, and I'll see what I can do about the tracker of yours. He winks. What do you say? Amen. Feng pumps his fist and claps you on the shoulder. He meets your eye. You won't regret it, Sleeper. Feng passes you a ragged-looking metal tab. A gift, he smiles. It's a Solheim cipher. I dug it up from the depths of the station. Slot that into an old network gate, and you'll be able to pull all kinds of secrets from the nodes inside. He walks you back to the front of the bay. Start by bringing me whatever you can turn up. Use that emulated mind of yours and see what's out there. Let's get a picture of how things are. Those above, he nods at the ceiling. I have granted me an acquisitions budget. I can pay you for whatever useful data you bring in. I know you need it. He slams the door button again. Keep it quiet, keep it clean, Sleeper, and I'll see you soon. You step, blinking, back into the patch of those flickering lights still back in your mind. Okay. Plus the drive. Disable your tracker, extract the past. Right now, I would like to survive. And the only way I can apparently survive is... What about this? Scrap allowance. The big stuff goes to the shipyard, the valuable stuff to the markets. They'll let you buy a few crates, but not much more. Unload containers. Buy some scrap. This thing just keeps blinking, but I keep getting garbage. I guess is the only thing I can do. I'm dead after this. Local knowledge. Okay. What does that get me? Ah, slum doctor. Next comes the goblin enforcer at the door. You shuffle down the flickering hallway towards the open apartment. You keep your head down, your shoulders high in the queue, trying not to bring attention to yourself. You were thankful for the tip-off that a doctor was operating out of this place, but now that you are here, you aren't so sure. The gang enforcer on the door. He flickering light strips of the decaying half block. They all have made their long queue a test of your nerve, but your options are few, and without a supply of stabilizer this body, your body will suppress a shiver and shuffle forward to the front of the queue. You try to find something to distract yourself. Look inside. You lean against the doorframe and look into the apartment. The entryway is dark, punctuated by the green indicators of stacks of sealed containers. Hold on. Oh. Sorry. You lean in and see an amber light flickering through a far doorway screened with plastic sheeting, beyond which blurred shapes move the slab of the enforcer's palm. Against the doorway jerks you awake. Wait your turn, he growls. A few moments later, a figure pushes through the doorway and you catch a distant voice. Send the next one in, Toshiro. The enforcer jerks his head and you slip inside, passing through the dark entryway and pushing through the plastic sheeting of the far door. The room beyond is bathed in warm light. A floor. The ceiling transparent panel gives you a full view of the bright market's sealed roof and the buzzing traffic above. For a moment, you are transfixed by the motion. Come, sit, calls a sharp voice, and you see a silhouetted figure turned away, replacing the plastic sheeting over the frame of a simple folded bed. You make your way across the room. The figure turns, and as they do, you see an expression of confusion flush across their features. They open their mouth as if to speak. They blink, and then quickly regain their composure. Please sit. They gesture to the bed, then turn to an open case of tools on the table. You sit. Sabine turns a compact diagnostic scanner of some kind in their hand. They hold to the eye. Remain still, please. The tone is clipped and businesslike. You stare ahead, still dazed. The expression when you first entered. Fear, recognition, sadness, unmistakably echo across their face, etched across their face. How long have you been at the station? They ask. A scanner still to their eye. Don't answer. They lower the scanner and meet your eye. You can talk. They glance towards the doorway. I know the conditions are ideal, but I need you to be honest with me. They make some adjustments to the scanner, or you can leave. They set the diagnostic scanner on the table. I'm going to start by assuming you don't know anything. They take your arm and roll up the sleeve, inspecting your synthetic skin. Your body is dying. They say it without ceremony, without drama, but not without empathy. SNRP doesn't like to see its proprietary technology let loose. To prevent bodies like yours, frames as they call them, from being stolen, repurposed, or in your case escaping, they built in a process of so-called planned obsolescence. Frames decay rapidly when not regularly injected with stabilizer, one which SNR remains the sole producer of. They look up. Sound familiar? Yes. Good, that may help. They swap to the other arm, running your thin metal device over your skin. You feel your forearm tremble. I'm sorry. Says, and you are unsure if they mean for the cold touch of the metal or everything else. Emulations like you, sleepers, as most people know you, aren't classified as people in any of the surrogate systems. You have no rights, no statuses. They focus hard on the inspection of your arm, and SNR has no reason to release stabilizer into the market. Except if they apologize again, but they stop themselves. I know little of this is of use to you. They turn away, disassembling the metal instrument and cleaning it. Silence fills the room as Sabine works, and then the silence gives away to tension. You stare back at them, stare at their back, willing them to say something, anything. Sabine turns to face you. I may be able to help, they sigh. You see the darkness under their eyes, hear their fatigue in their voice. They gesture to the door. You saw Toshiro outside, you nod. He works for my benefactor, Yatagan. They're influential in the lower end. They give me the space to work and run the door and take the profits. At the same time, I have to fix up their enforcers, tend to their implants, sew up their wounds. They look away. The Utagan has connections, smugglers from the Starward Belt, mercenaries working for the corporations on Ember. If they can source the stabilizer, maybe you'll have a better chance. Sabine sets down the slate, their notes complete. This is dangerous, and it will be expensive, but I think we can do it. Thank you. Walks away to the window, their face dappled by the shadows of the passing drones. Let's just see if this works first. I'll let you know when I have a lead. Nod and leave, Spine still staring out. When you reach the lower end of the market, you look back up to the panels of the roof to see if they can see your face. If you can see their face, but the room looks dark against the lights of the market. You duck your head and walk off into the crowd. I'm not gonna make it, bro. But it's going to take a few cycles. Yeah, everything does, doesn't it? And I don't have time. I'm gonna die. Gap in the ring station. Spoke. I mean, I guess I'm not gonna make it because, like, I have to wait. I didn't find it in time. Maybe these scavengers can help. Nope, buy some scrap. Offloading scrap. Unload containers. I have no Cairo or cryo because I blew it all. I think I'm boned, boys. Well, I do believe we are gonna die. Breakdown. Your goodness has reached 0 and you have suffered a breakdown. One of your skills is broken. It will be locked to -1 and all perks disabled. It can be fixed with 1 upgrade point. After you rest, your body will recover some condition, but your skill will remain broken until it's fixed. Oh. Cool. I have no dice. I can do nothing. So I guess we just, Are we dead? Oh, someone out there is tracking you, following your trail. Won't be long before they arrive. Helping out's a good way to make friends. I have dice, but like... if I make a little bit of money... buy some scrap. Useful salvage to the right person. Go to the market, maybe. Residential district. I don't know. I'm just fishing for anything right now. I think I'm gonna die here soon, so... Lower ender? What? Operator skill is broken. I mean, it's a cool game, but I'm like sucking at it. Where's the market? What can I do with scrap? The self-repair would be amazing. Use scrap components at home to repair condition. Like, I haven't found any food. It took me forever to find the dock. And everything takes a billion cycles for me to wait for Sabine to acquire the stabilizer. Well, you know, if I could get a hold of some food, they'll pay me for... I mean, where do I buy food? like I just need food. Fuck it. Street food vendor. Makeshift gas burner in front of him. With precise delicate movements, he lays thick chunks of marinated fungus into a dented wok. His other hand, idly tossing a middle bowl of sliced veggies and some red flicker dressing. The smell's incredible. He watches he fills a set of order, heaping the fungus with the bright salad and depositing it in plastic trays. A stack of chits rattling in his neighbored pocket as customers file past the burner, handing over payment. Approach. You join the queue. It's mostly made of off-duty salvagers, vac suits unzipped and rolled down to expose stained vests, scrubby mods, and a lattice of scars and tattoos. They discuss the best food on the eye, the best drink, comparing to private market dives. Their words cut through with heavy spacer slang. Eventually, it's your turn. You shuffle to the front. Emphasis on the first try is free. Thank you. It smells almost unbearable. Strong as cooks. The unearthliness of the fungus laced with something so spicy the smoke makes your eyes water. The heat from the burner is like a bonfire and your skin hardens in its glare. I know you sleepers. Emphasis says while he cooks. His name is Emphas. It's weird. His voice is deep but clear. A hard life, a lot of stories. He glances up beneath his cap, piercing eyes. I know. Tell him a story. You begin to tell him about your journey to the eye, and he nods as he cooks. His eye never leaving his walk, you tell him of the confusion, the pain, but also the sense of possibility in its sudden arrival. You tell him of the cold, the dark, and the contained, the cycle spent within it. Now it seems you tell him some dream that you once had but could never forget. You tell him that the eye excites you and scares you. You're unsure where to walk, where to look. Eventually, the tail off, running out of words. Place the plastic tree of stinging fungus in your hand. Next time we can talk some more, he smiles, but next time, hey. Slams a heavy hand against the button on the burner's side and shuts off the roar of the flame. Its oppressive heat fades. Next time, then, sleeper. He waves you away and begins to oil the walk. Before you turn back to the alley, you notice the geometric patterns of circular scars across his forearms, surrounded with a constellation of glinting pin marks. You walk away, and as you do, take a bite of the rich, spicy, delicate, sweet fungus. Your taste sensors light up like a fusion reactor. You'll be back. Oh, thank God. I got some food. Alright. Well, I guess we go back home and we wait. If I don't die. Am I dead? I ate food. Is that good? Woohoo! Oh man, I got some badass dice too. Alright guys, I'm gonna pause it here. That's it for this one. If you guys like this game and want to see more of the series, go ahead and hit the thumbs up button, and I'll try to get you some more. This was a long one. I might try to chop it down into 30-minute episodes for the next ones, but you know, I was just like, I thought I was gonna die and it was gonna be over, so I was trying to push through it. But it looks like we might survive after all. So if you like it, thumbs up, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.